Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That 40-ish and $100 range, and most of these way less than that. A good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. This is a rack store find. If you guys saw my short that I uploaded yesterday, then you'll know that this is the one that I decided to pick out of those hundreds of fragrances that were at Ross. Hopefully this thing uploads tomorrow. I've been having a mess of annoyance trying to upload these videos. Anyhow, so I decided to pick this one out because the flanker gets a lot of love. It was like a hype beast when it came out. It still gets a lot of love. It's still relevant today. And a lot of times the flankers are what they are, and they're good because they are built off the DNA of an already good fragrance. One that either did well or just has that malleable kind of a DNA that you can just build off of that thing and go all kinds of directions. So I decided to pick up Salvatore Ferragamo's F Pour Homme. This one kind of confused me when I grabbed it because it's supposed to be a red letter F, and I know that this isn't F black because F black has a black bottom and the atomizer itself is black. Also, look at the juice level on this. This thing and me go way back and have a great relationship, so I know what this one smells like. This one's a little bit different, and I'll get into that in just a second on how it is different. So this opens up kind of the same way that F Black does with that tart. It's a little bit tart, more tart. This one has that green apple, pepper, lavender combination. A good hefty dose of tart green apple that's got that extra bite to it. And some black pepper sprinkled on top of that and a little bit of powdery lavender. Also in the base of this thing, there's a labdanum, leather, and amber. It's very similar to F Black. The difference is F Black has tonka bean and something else, or something's taken away from either way. There's like two changes. The notable difference that will come to your nose between the two of these, if you know what this one smells like, take away the creamy vanilla and just add a touch more powderiness, the powdery lavender, and you get this. Other than that, they're quite similar. This is a little bit fresher, which I think makes it maybe more versatile because this one is creamy. This is a dressed up kind of fragrance. It's a compliment kind of fragrance, but it's a little bit more creamy. Whereas this one leans more on that sharp, tart, green apple, pepper doses of powdery lavender side. The dry down isn't much different from the opening in on my skin. You might get like trinkles of a little bit of leather. I don't really get so much of the lavender. I just pretty much stay getting that crisp green, clean green apple, pepper, lavender combination. Mostly pepper, green apple. Very captivating and very attention grabbing. So much so that I've got a 100% compliment rate with this fragrance so far. 3 days in a row, I wore this as my, well, not necessarily in a row, but for 3 days, I wore this as my scent of the day. All 3 times I did that, I got a compliment from this, from non-biased people that do know me, but don't compliment my fragrances. For example, 2 of them were from waitresses at restaurants that I frequent regularly. So they're smelling this. I wear them all. I never received no compliments from them. This one, 2 different restaurants, 2 different waitresses. What are you wearing today? That smells really good. And then they followed up with, well, you always smell good, but I really like that one you're wearing today. The other person was a cop. That I see on a regular basis, fairly regular. You want to know? Just ask in the comments. So, regardless, it's a compliment kind of fragrance. Came out in 2006, and here we are 18 years later, and it is still almost 19 years later, and it's still getting those compliments. For $20, or whatever this was, 20, it wasn't no more than 25. I think it was 20 for this big bottle. I could be wrong, but I know it wasn't more than $25 for this big bottle. The performance on it is not too bad. Obviously, it's loud enough to get attention and compliments, and it's not pushing off too much. Now, granted, I do spray a little bit heavy, but Nothing crazy. I'll do 8 to 10 sprays, and it worked great. Performance as far as longevity is not too bad either. I'm getting right at average, like 5 hours or so. It only does maybe a good hour and a half, maybe 2 of projection from what I'm seeing so far, and then it dies way back, which I don't really like when they do that. I want to like have my good scent bubble, but I'm like, man, is it gone? I smell my skin. It's like, no, it's still clearly on my skin. I'm just not catching the whiffs. You know what I mean? So there's that, but I'm not going to really complain on it or hate on it about that. So this is I'd say slightly more mature fragrance. It's good for pretty much any season except for the extreme heat and the extreme cold. I think it's a little bit too, it's just got too much pepper or something. There's just something that's keeping this from working good in the highest heat, in like the Florida summer. But if you have a mild summer, this will go good in a mild summer. If you have a mild winter like we do here in Florida, then this will go good there. Either way, this is probably a 3-season fragrance wherever you live. If it's summer with a mild summer, then you can wear it summer, spring, and fall. If you have a mild winter, then winter, spring, fall type fragrance. Daytime, nighttime, casual. I think it's slightly classy. You could do it maybe at like a business meeting or something like that. Not as dressed up as this one. This one is a little bit more, it just has a little bit more boss to it. This one does. But this is not to be slept on, though. It really is a good fragrance. It's really good fragrance. And to be honest with you, I give it a 6.5. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, you just got like so many compliments and stuff like that. I don't put it in the gem territory because it's my opinion, right? Where do I think? Not what other people think, but where do I think? 6.5 is really, really good. Now, if the performance was a little bit better, this easily would be a 7. But just based on scent profile alone, it being a 6.5 is a really good smelling fragrance. It's almost in that gem territory. It's really worth being picked up. To some of you guys, this might be like one of your sleeping bangers that you guys have in your collection. So overall, I'm super happy that I got it. And I'm going to find a lot of excuses to wear this thing because it's easy. Very easy smelling fragrance, touch of class, versatile. We're coming in those cooler months where the summer is going to start to taper off a little bit, so I can find more reasons to wear this thing. I already am. So yeah, that's my final thoughts on Ferragamo's F Pour Homme. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.